Watch, Newt Gingrich rises up, issues powerful warning to anti-Trump media. The deaths in Charlottesville, Virginia have been a cause of great alarm to the public in response to the growing tensions between the extreme right and extreme left. President Trump urged an end to the violence by many sides, as noted by NPR. His comments alluded both to white supremacists and left-leaning Antifa counter-protesters, after Democrats and pundits in the mainstream media criticized the president for not directly naming the KKK and neo-Nazis who were present at Charlottesville. The president did so in another statement, but his critics slammed him for making the comment too late. In an interview with Fox News, Martha McCallum, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, asserts there is an anti-Trump element that will never ever be satisfied as long as he's president. Let's take a listen.
Just as we speak, boarding Air Force One. He is ready to head home. He's not been to New York City to stay at his home at Trump Tower since the inauguration. A lot of people thought that he would come back pretty much every weekend, that he would spend a lot of time there, but it has turned out he spent a lot of time in Bedminster, New Jersey over the summer, but hasn't been home since inauguration. So a big moment, and as you saw, there is quite the crowd outside of Trump Tower this evening, and an enormous security presence that is wrapping around the building. Sanitation trucks that are loaded down with sand, literally forming a barricade around all of Trump Tower. That is the corner across from Trump Tower, where there are hundreds, I would say at least, of people outside ready to greet him as he comes back. So a little while before he boarded Air Force One, the president did respond via Twitter just a little while ago. He made additional, this is what he said, I made additional remarks on Charlottesville and realized once again that the hashtag fake news media will never be fully satisfied. Truly bad people, exclamation point. Joining me now to respond to all of this tonight, Fox News contributor and former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. She is also the author of, quote, Understanding Trump. Newt, good to see you tonight. Just watching the crowd outside of Trump Tower and thinking about all that has transpired in the recent days, and this being the first time he's really been back home since then. What's your reflection on where we are with all this tonight?
Well, let me say, in all honesty, I heard his comments on Saturday. Calista and I happened to be watching TV when he spoke. Neither of us thought they were particularly inappropriate or particularly weak. He came out against bigotry, against racism, against hatred, against violence. He indicated it was un-American. But clearly there was a hunger for him to use the specific phrases about white supremacists and about the KKK and about Nazis. And he came back today. He said every single thing that his critics on the left want. So now you have crowds who are saying, we didn't say it soon enough. I just want to suggest to you, there's an anti-Trump movement in this country that will never, ever be satisfied as long as he's president. And at some point we have to understand his concern about violence on the left is real. Look at Middlebury College. Look at the chancellor of the University of California, Berkeley, who's putting in a $9,000 door to escape if the students occupy the office. Look at the people who called for shooting policemen. I mean, there are a lot of reasons to believe that we have a two-sided violence problem, not just a one-sided violence problem.
Why do we?
I think the gap in the country right now is that deep and that real. I think that the people on the left have a radically different vision of America's future than traditional Americans. And I think there's a small element on the right, which has been there for a long time, which is genuinely crazy. And then let me say, as a historian, Nazism was an anti-Christian, totalitarian, anti-Semitic evil. Any person who tells you they're a neo-Nazi is telling you they're signing up for evil. And I think we have every right as a country to decide that we'll do everything we can to make it impossible to have an effective Nazi movement in this country, just as we should have an effective anti-Ku Klux Klan movement, which is focused in a way against Americans. By the way, remember, it's Donald Trump who last year in the campaign repudiated David Duke, he repudiated the KKK, and in his inaugural he said, all of us bleed the same color, and to be racist is to be un-American.
Let me ask you about these Confederate statues, because as we just reported, the mayor in Lexington is about to take one down of a Confederate general. And where does that stop? You know, at what point are you erasing history and not sort of understanding the role that these people played and the times that they lived in?
Condi Rice, who'd been Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, a PhD in history, a brilliant woman, an African-American who knew the young girls who were killed in Birmingham during the Civil Rights Movement. So she has some real credibility. She made the point yesterday, trying to erase parts of our memory is dangerous. Where does it stop? And I think that this whole effort on the left, they're going to have a run right now that is emotional, destructive, and wrong. It is anti-American. It is anti-American history. And I can appreciate the anger that somebody who's African-American might feel about somebody who's a Confederate, but let me suggest to you, there were 4,000 people shot in Chicago last year. Not a single one of them is helped by focusing on symbolic issues that are total baloney. And where are you going to stop it? You want to say, what if you weren't sensitive enough to the Holocaust? We should take down all the statues of Franklin Delano Roosevelt? You can make an argument for that.
Well, you can make an argument for Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. You know, I mean, are you going to change the name of the Washington Monument?
Slave owners.
Absolutely, that's my point.
So right. And I think the point is, we ought to be a country focusing on the future, not a country frothing at the mouth about the past. And it tells you something about the intellectual collapse of the left, that all they have is this kind of rabid behavior. And of course, mayors in towns that are largely black are going to pander to their audience. They're going to go out and prove they're popular by doing something that meets the current demagogic needs. But that's everything the Founding Fathers worried about. Having demagoguery define your country is truly dangerous. Listen to the mob you've got on the scene back there. That's not democracy. That's not a free society. That's a group of people behaving like a mob.
Well, we'll see. We're watching it
Absolutely.
tonight. Newt Gingrich, as always. Good to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it. It's a mob. This is not democracy. Absolutely correct. And move forward. He's absolutely correct there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.